welcome to Mind Your Business, the channel where we are in at everybody's business. If you don't mind getting in people's business, you're on the right channel. Talking about current topics and gossip. Now we've got to talk about this final episode of the Belle Collective, because is it just me? Did it feel like it was a bit thrown together? I was like, where did this whole capital storyline come from? Like, what the hell's going on? Well, I'm going to support my creative crew. Let's talk about the Belle Collective. And I hope my people had a lovely festive season. If you celebrate Christmas, I hope you had a nice time. Happy New Year. Hope that all your dreams and all your goals and wishes come true for this year. Okay, so go out and get yours. Happy New Year, people. Anyway, let's get into this. So we start off with Essie and Marie in their office talking about making changes to the event. Well, Essie is saying that we've got to make changes to the event and saying that she discussed it with Akeisha, and Akeisha's coming to meet up to discuss this. Of course, Marie, being the shady person that she is just like, well, you know, why is it changing and who decided this? And so I take it, it's like, you know, she's throwing shade like it's the Akeisha show, basically. But I find that quite interesting because when Akeisha and Marie met, Maria didn't have a clue what was going on. Marie had no clue what was going on and was like, well, Essie handles this, Essie handles that, Essie handles this. So her saying that she's not involved because it's been changed is a bit of bullshit, because it didn't sound like she was much involved in the first place. I just feel like she just wanted to get her moan on, and she likes to have a good moan, you know, because she's a bit bad moan. Anyway, yeah, so Akeisha joins them. They decide that, you know, they're going to make some changes. They made a few tweaks to the event so that it could go off a bit successfully without it, because it seemed like everyone was rather unorganised, but they got there anyway. Next, we see Glenn organising a birthday dinner for Cliff. So I was like, I would have asked, what's going on here now? So it seems like Latrice forgot his birthday. It's the first time in 12 years that she had forgotten his birthday. And I'm like, okay. But then she goes on to mention that he doesn't even remember her birthday. And we see that when a producer asks them when they're in the confessionals, when is her birthday? And he has no answer. So I was like, well, I'm not going to hold it against you that you missed and forgot one of his birthdays. And you're fine because, you know, you had Glenn to the rescue, because, you know, Glenn and Cliff really have this bromance going on. Like, their relationship is definitely bromancing. So, yeah, he organised that for him, because I'm thinking, yeah, it's for the wife. But, yeah, no, it's for his side husband. So, yeah, he organised that for him. And, of course, there were a few other people at the dinner, and one of the ladies brought up the fact that Tambra had the reveal. Letitia mentions that she wasn't invited. Her and Glenn weren't invited to it, and throw shade, you know, because Latrice actually says that, you know, Tambra's man was really just looking out for her, trying to protect her peace. Not everyone was necessarily invited, you know, because she's pregnant and, you know, you've got to protect her peace. And you've got Letitia, who is now throwing shade, talking about, well, some pregnant women are the ones that are basically creating the whole madness and being the antagonist, essentially, is what she was saying. So you could tell that she's still kind of in her feelings, and she said that she's tired and fed up of Tambra's charades. So I was like, Lord have mercy, you're still vexed. Anyway, later on we see Marie bring her mum to therapy and discussing her relationship with her and growing up and some of the issues that she had. So I think it's an interesting one because she is going through addiction. It is a hard one. You know, some people think that Marie's kind of exploiting her mum. I think there's a flip side, which is, you know, there's people out there who have parents who are going through this stuff. So maybe she's trying to make it a bit more like, you know, understandable, and so people can kind of relate to what she's going through. But anyway, they had their therapy session, and I feel like when Marie did explain to her that basically she needed her and she wanted her to be around, you know, I felt like that kind of hit home for the mum. So, but my point being is that it's kind of good to see this side of Marie, which is a bit more kind of vulnerable, because all we see is her being kind of bad mind and bad vibes most of the time. So it's good to see this kind of side of her and see her open up in that way. Now, they show a clip of the ladies talking to their husbands. Everyone's talking to their hubbies about the fact that there was this whole thing about being honoured at the Capitol. So I'm like, where has this storyline come from? How are we just seeing this? Because I feel like this whole episode was very thrown together, very rushed. I was like, what is going on? So got them, Letitia saying to Glenn that, you know, the Belles were basically invited to be honoured at the Capitol, but Marie was somehow left off the invite. She wasn't invited. And she's telling Glenn that she thinks Tambra's behind it because she's got a lot of friends over there. I'm like, well, just because you've got people that you might know over there doesn't mean that you're able to pull the strings to say don't invite her. So we'll see what happens at the reunion. But yeah, you've got also Latrice talking to her hubby about the fact that she wasn't invited, Marie weren't invited, and you've got So Gucci telling JJ about it. So, that's obviously the theme. But it did feel a little bit pushed in there, because it was like, well, where did this all come from? And they show a clip of, the fact that they went to the Capitol. There's a picture that shows a couple of the invites, like the envelopes. But I'm like, this is interesting. Whilst I'm not the biggest Marie fan, and I feel like she's bad mind and bad vibes, you're too bad man. But I do feel like, as a Belle, she should have been invited to this. If they're going to honour all Belles, and they should have honoured all Belles, not this kind of, we're going to do this one and not that one. I just think that's a bit weird. But it's not so surprising, because Marie is bad mind and bad vibes. You're too bad mind. And that's why this I can see why she wasn't invited, because look how she acted at her lupus gala. It makes no sense. Anyway, moving on to the lupus gala. Letitia's sick, so she can't really make it, but she manages to, create some of this mess, because she admits that she was the one who called Marie and Essie to tell them about the Capitol situation. So why not just turn to Tambra or someone else and say, why isn't she invited? Instead, you've gone and told them that Essie apparently came down to the Capitol to cuss everyone out and say, why have you left out them? Because obviously they're in business together. But I'm like, Marie is very bad vibes. Like I said, she should have been invited. If it is about honouring all Belles, then she should have been invited. But I can understand why she was not invited. Her behaviour at the gala explains why she was not invited, because you don't have no behaviour. You have no behaviour. It's mind-boggling. Anywho, so like I said, Letitia is sick. She can't go, so Glenn goes in her place. Now, Glenn did crack me up a couple of times, because as much as I find him a bit annoying, he cracked me up because he's telling Marie about it. It seems like you've laid down your devil horns tonight. I was like, Glenn has limits when it comes to Marie, He will definitely put her in her place, or try to anyway. But yeah, he cracked me up. But anyway, at the lupus gala, I thought it's a good cause, because obviously lupus is a very serious condition. And you had Aikeisha's hubby, Willie. He spoke about his journey with his mum suffering from lupus. And then you had Marie, who shared her own story about, living with lupus and being a survivor as well. So I thought it was nice to spotlight such a good cause, an important cause, and that affects people of colour. So I feel like it was really, really important to spotlight that. But of course, that didn't stay on that. You've got Essie came over to the table to bring up this whole Capitol situation. It wasn't the right time or the right place to discuss it. She feels like they were robbed of a good opportunity. Then you've got Latrice, saying basically it's because of Marie's reputation, which is why they didn't really want to be necessarily associated with her. Got Glenn trying to calm it down, trying to say, it's bigger than anybody's egos. And then, that's it. Everyone kind of goes off. Marie's gone off talking about, well, in fact, Marie just appeared, didn't she? Because I was like, Essie was talking about it and asking them about it. And then, like I would say, like, speak of devil, and someone shows up. And she showed up. She popped up and was like, well, basically, she don't want to hear nothing about no defamation, and she's there threatening to sue people and talking about get your weight up, acting very ghetto and ratchet in the building. So I was like, all the people's faces just looking around. I was thinking, well, this is exactly why you weren't invited, wasn't it? Because if this is where you behave and conduct yourself at events, your own event even, like you can't even contain yourself at your own event. No, it's not surprised that you didn't get invited, love. You got to look at your behaviour, because you have no behaviour. That's ridiculous. So she's getting on about, get your weight up, acting very ridiculous at this event. I was very much with Tambra and her energy, because Tambra just looked like, what kind of fortune is this? I'm just going to sit here, look pretty, and drink my drink, and drink my water, and eat my food, yeah? That's what Tambra was giving. But anyway, so she's there kicking off. Marie's kicking off talking about, defamation, I'm going to sue, get your weight up, whatever. Then she bops off with her little extra exit, talking about, she's an OG. Essie doesn't exit. Essie stays at the table because she still wants to talk about this whole situation. So Essie is trying to, find out more. Then all of a sudden, Marie's come back. So I was like, what happened to your little grand exit? Like, she's come back asking Essie what she's trying to do. And basically, like, she wants her to get up and move from the table, because she doesn't want to seem like she's begging it, basically. Saying that Essie can entertain it if she wants, but she ain't entertaining it. So, Marie's got a very stink attitude at this point. Very bad vibes. And so, I'm not surprised that you wasn't invited, love, because you don't have no behaviour. Now, Aikeisha, I say give my hats off to, because I felt well done for her, because she's like, hold on, my company's name is on this event, so is Marie and Essie's company's name, but if that's how they want to behave, that's up to them. But you'd think they want to behave better. So she's got the microphone, interjects, and brings it back to what the focus should be on, which is the lupus event. and raising money for lupus. So I thought, well done to you, Aisha, because you must be thinking, what kind of rubbish is this? You could tell she said it herself, she was embarrassed and she was not impressed at the foolishness. And I'm sure she won't be working with them again, because that is not the kind of image and reputation that she wants to have for her, her foundation. I don't blame her. I really don't blame her. But I'll tell you what I was here for. I was definitely here for Tambra, because Tambra was the main focal point of the episode of Her Concern, okay? Because when you've got Bad Vibes Marie waiting at the end with her little sour face, trying to accost her to say, oh, well, Tambra, what you did was out of order. What you do was you're accusing a woman of, excluding you from the capital, when she just, how does she work there? Does she work there? But anyway, so instead of Tambra getting into it, she just told her straight, that's not what happened. I didn't do that. And then she starts to go on. Marie's trying to go on and trying to make her big scene about, well, if, I don't like Latrice, but if I had something. And what I liked was Tambra didn't even give her a chance to finish her words. My girl just said, take care, baby, and walked out. Deuces. I was like, yes, honey, that is how you shut somebody down. Very, very classy, very, very to the point. I was like, yes, my girl. Yeah, yes, my girl. I swear I ran that a couple of times because I was cracking up, because Marie's face was like, what the hell happened here? And I was like, yes, Tambra, you're pregnant. You ain't got time for the foolishness. You're just giving her the deuces and just to take care, baby. Yes. I was like, I'm going to be doing that more in the future, because that is the energy. That is the 2024 energy. Yeah, we're not here for the bullshit. How about that? So yeah, that had me cracking up, and I thought, yes, Tambra, you handled that as best as you could. So after Tambra's done that, Aisha comes over to say, all right, are you all right? And she's going to go as well. And she's still trying to go on about it. Well, I'm not happy about being invited. Aisha also did it very nice and classy, and was like, okay, baby, I've got to go now. But, I'm giving you a hug and going about my business. And I thought, I don't blame you, Aisha. Like, this is not the spot to be having this conversation. And what can you do about it here? You're at your own gala and you're causing a scene at your own situation. So your messiness level is just epic. Then you've got Essie trying to play it down and say, oh, well, the capital event wasn't anything. They were just visitors there. And so Marie's now, well, that's fine. Then if it was just like a packed lunch school visit type thing, then, I don't feel no way. Why would I care about that? It's just like, you sound so bad mind and so juvenile. And then you've got Latrice saying, well, actually, that's not how it kind of went. We wasn't just visitors. We were acknowledged as, business women in the community and stuff like that. So she's trying to act like it's just, Latrice trying to add some sauce to it. But I just thought, you're a grown woman, and I understand being excluded is not nice, but the way you conducted yourself, there is no surprise that you were excluded. Absolutely no surprise whatsoever. As I've been saying the whole reviews that I do in my recaps, you are bad mind and bad vibes. Okay? You're too bad man. But yeah, it's just sad. I just don't understand it. She's a grown woman. I just feel like she's so miserable, and she just needs to inject some joy in her life. I'm not saying anyone should be excluded. Like I said, that's not okay. But the way she handled it was just a joke. But I must say, Tambra made the episode, because I loved the way she handled Marie and her toxic behaviour. It was really, really, really good. So towards the ending of it, obviously after that, it kind of ended. And I thought even the ending was weird. You've got all this Marie getting out of a car looking like she's doing a model shoot. All the girls doing this random model shoot. I was like, what the hell's going on here? So you've got Marie taking her mum to go rehab, which I thought was good. Hopefully, she can stick with that, wishing her all the best with that. I think it is nice that her mum inspired her to create, the rehab clinics. I think that's good business, what she's doing. But she needs to look at her attitude and how she comes across, because she's not doing her business any justification by acting the way she does. JJ and So Gucci, again, we didn't really get to see what's going on with JJ's and So Gucci and this lawsuit. That would be good to see what's going on with that, and where she's trying to sue Selena over this foolishness that she created in the first place. But anyway, his daughter's come by with the baby, so obviously she finally gets to meet the baby. So that was their ending scene. Latrice and Cliff, you see Latrice talking about Cliff is working on her building now, it's getting there, so she's happy with that. Tambra, she's excited to be a new mum. And Letitia, has launched her book and doing her book signing on Ferris Street. So she's a bit emotional for that. And was talking about her and Glenn getting on better. So that was that. But I feel like the reunion will be interesting, because I feel like there's some stuff that they need to uncover. I do hope that if they do come back for another season, that they do bring back Aisha and Willie. I do like them. I could tell that Aisha was kind of over it by the end. She's talking about she's going back to Jersey and she's cool at the moment. But I hope she does come back down and is still part of the Belle Collective, because I feel like she adds like a nice element to it. I'm here for Tambra and her handling of Marie. I'm like, yes. Letitia, I'm just like, this season, I don't know. It's been an interesting one. I've always been a Letitia fan, but at the moment I feel like she's moving a little bit messy. And Marie has always been messy, so it is what it is. But we'll see what's going on at this reunion. But I still feel like there's some storylines that still need to be explored. I feel like the ending was very piecey, mismatchy together, and felt a bit thrown and rushed anyway. But what did you guys think of the episode? Did you enjoy it? Do you feel like Marie kind of was just embarrassing herself? Do you feel like Letitia kind of created that by dropping the seeds and letting Essie and Marie know about the whole capital thing, and then obviously not being there at the gala, so she couldn't really, help iron out any of these arguments? Or maybe it would have been worse if she was there. Who knows? What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts below. Yes, so thanks for watching that. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share, and hit that notification bell so you know when I am uploading some more of People's Business. So until then, my nosy people, stay blessed.